So this is our 2001 Imperial Colonial Caravan. It's 16.6 foot. Dan and I have done quite a bit of renovations to the van so far. The biggest one being on this left side of the lounge. We've actually built a bathroom over the top of that wheel arch that was underneath the lounge. It was quite hard to do in such a small van to make sure that it obviously wasn't too cramped. You'll be able to see in this little video now just a little bit of a tour of the inside of the van. So we've only got a small little stove, grill, we've got the normal caravan sink. We've actually got quite a lot of cupboards on the bottom and along the top, so storage is actually quite great in this van. On the right side of where the ensuite is going to be, we actually have another lounge, so that's where we'll be doing our breakfast, lunch and dinners and things like that with a portable table. You've got the bedroom, which is just a mirrored image on both sides, so you've got the cupboards at the back and the front. We did do a little bit of alterations to the storage. We've done lots of alterations to the bed head. We've changed the seats to leather. We've redone the vinyl. We painted everywhere, redid the lighting and the plumbing, and obviously added the ensuite. So if you have a similar caravan and you're interested, make sure you keep watching. Alright, so this is what we're working with so far. So we've just ripped out all the top part, ripped out the whole back part here and the base of the lounge. So we've actually got a really nice open sort of area to work with now. So 850 there, which would just miss this light here. And then we've got to go in on an angle here to miss this part.
I can see 850 there.
Yeah.
And I've only just sort of ironed that off from there. That's an approximate. Very close to it.
Yeah.
That's it.
So this angle here is going to be to avoid missing this part here. So this is roughly our thoughts. So we're going to have a retractable door to be able to get the most amount of room without that hatch at the top. We're going to have the wheel arch, build a support for the toilet, have the shower towards the right side with a shower drain, make sure the shower base has some sort of a lip to catch any of the water coming out, and towards the left add a sink and a vanity, and then obviously the retractable door will be diagonal across. So the next part of the renovation is just going to be removing any of the old wall panels in that ensuite area. It's also going to be taking away any of the old screws and glue and any staples, things like that left over. Also, we're going to be capping off any of the electrical behind the wall as well. Alright guys, so day one reno is completely done. So as you can see, all the cupboards from the top of the caravan are all completely gone. All the actual walls done, and the bottom of the lounge and all the cushions and everything is completely gone. So it's literally just the floor and the wheel arch that we've got at the moment to be working with. So we will be eventually removing this part of the wall as well. So that's obviously going to be framing and the panels for the shower. The other thing that we did as well, so just on this door behind me, the guy that we bought from, he was a lovely old man. He'd taken a picture and actually got it put into a vinyl sticker and put on there, which after 21 years of obviously being out in the sun and, you know, rain and bits and pieces, it was the worst job to try and peel it off. Like, we used everything possible, the blades, citrus cleaner, things like that. It took hours, like hours on hours of Dan and I getting that off, because it's obviously not a glass. It's not like a plasticky, perspexy kind of glass look material. The blades did slightly scratch some of it, so we are going to be putting just one of those sticky kind of frosting on it, so that's a bit more privacy but still has that light that lets through. So depending how bad that damage is and whether that frosting kind of helps cover it, eventually we may get a new door, but that's not going to be anywhere near in the future basically. So it'll be a fair while away. So there's quite a few things that I still want to do in the caravan, so I'll go over a little video closer up so you can see everything we've done and with the measurements that we've got left as well. So depending what caravan you've got, you can see whether the dimensions are going to work for you with the materials that we end up buying. So stay tuned for day two's efforts. Okay guys, so this is just going to be a bit of a video just to show you roughly what toilets we purchased and a couple of ideas that we do have in the plans. So this toilet here is the one we ended up purchasing. We were originally going with a 31 centimetre high toilet, whereas this one is 33 centimetres high instead. This was just purchased from Anaconda for about $120 on special. So the reason why we ended up choosing this brand instead of the other 31 centimetres high one is in all the videos that we have watched, we have never seen anyone actually use the other brand that we were looking at purchasing. So we just preferred to go with the brand that we had actually seen before, and hopefully that will obviously be better longevity and it's not going to be breaking down. So this is the one that we're working with. So obviously this is roughly, not exactly, but roughly where the toilet is going to be sitting. So obviously on top of the wheel arch, we will be building a little bit of a frame that comes out. The toilet is a little bit wider out than what the actual wheel arch is. So there's going to have to be a little frame that's built just to support that extra weight. We're also going to be working out a some sort of mechanism that we can use here just to keep the toilet completely attached to the bottom for when we are driving and things like that, so the toilet has no reason to fall over, but also easy enough that we can detach it to be able to actually empty the toilet. So that's one of the other designs that we're sort of trying to think of at the moment. Also to the side here, we're going to do like a little bit of a vanity. We really wanted the vanity to be in the middle so that the water wasn't going to be coming down on the shower, but obviously with having the window here, it makes it quite hard with a mirror, whereas we're going to be putting a mirror along this side wall. So even though it won't be exactly right near the sink, it's close enough to at least see when you're washing your face and things. So that is the latest sort of plan. So we are just undecided whether we're going to keep the wheel arch the shape that it is now, or go out from the bottom here and build a frame out so it's nice and flat and level here, and the vanity is just going to be up a little bit higher. We're a little bit undecided on those sort of little pros and cons to those pieces at the moment.
So one of the other investments that we've just purchased is a new mattress. So the other one obviously had one couple sleep in it for 20 years, which we didn't really want to be sleeping on. It was one of those heaviest style spring mattresses, so we've just gone to Clark Rubber. We got the premium one, which I think was $420 something. I'll put a little attachment up on the internet just to see, so you can see exactly what one we bought. So this one comes a complete rectangle, and we just actually paid $5 extra just to get the little corners cut. So it's just got the protective sheet over it still at the moment, but just so you have more room to actually walk around to the sides. So this one came in, I think it was just under 18 kilos, which actually was still slightly heavier than what we thought it was going to be. But compared to a spring mattress, it was definitely much lighter. And obviously it'll be nice and clean and a hell of a lot more comfy than just like an inflatable mattress or some of the other crappy foam ones that you can get. So yeah, Clark Rubber was really easy to get your caravan mattresses.
So one of the last renovation bits for the demo day was removing the old vinyl flooring. After that, I painted all the caravan ceiling. Now the ceiling did look quite white to begin with, but as soon as you actually put some fresh coat of paint next to it, it did actually look quite grey. So we made sure we got all of that done before any of the framing. If you do click on the next video, it's going to have details about how we actually put the frame together. We're also going to be showing how we actually stuck on the exterior wall panels for the bathroom. After that, it's going to go into a little bit of detail about how we actually did the waterproofing of the walls and the floor, also the insulation inside the walls. We then do a waterproof material on the interior wall panels, and also go into a bit more explanation of how we actually built the framing on the wheel arch so that the toilet and the vanity are supported. So make sure you stay tuned for that video.